Welcome back students. I am Sheetal Mahadev and today we are going to learn second lesson of 7th standard geography, that is the sun, the moon and the earth, module 1. I know that my students are very excited to learn this lesson. Before we start, let's discuss the learning objectives and keywords of this lesson. In the first module, we are going to learn about axial and orbital motion of the moon, perigee and apogee position of the moon, waxing and waning phase of the moon. Let me introduce the celestial objects that we observe in the sky. The sun is the heart of our solar system and its gravity is what keeps every planet and particle in orbit. The sun is one of more than 100 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy. It holds 99.8% of solar system's mass and is roughly 109 times the diameter of the earth. It means about 1 million earths could fit inside the sun. The earth is our home. It is the third planet from the sun. It is the only planet known to have an atmosphere containing free oxygen, oceans of water on its surface, and of course, life. Earth is the fifth largest of the planets in the solar system. Earth's gravity interacts with other objects in space, especially the sun and the moon. The moon is an astronomical body orbiting the Earth as its only natural satellite. It is the fifth largest satellite in the solar system. So students, in this lesson, let's learn in detail about motions, phases and eclipses formed by the moon. In the previous lesson, we learnt that the earth takes 24 hours to spin or rotate around its own axis and 365 days and 6 hours to complete one revolution. Similarly, moon is also having axial motion and orbital motion. Students, we know that the earth rotates around its own axis. Similarly, the moon also rotates around its own axis. The motion of the moon around its own axis is called its axial motion. Students, in the previous lesson, we learnt that the earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation around its own axis and 365 days and 6 hours to complete one revolution. Similarly, like the earth, the moon also rotates around its own axis, and while rotating, it also revolves around the earth. It is called its orbital motion. The moon orbits quite fast. It moves about 0.5 degrees per hour in the sky. In 24 hours, it moves 13 degrees. The moon revolves around the earth and the earth revolves around the sun. As a result, though the moon does not revolve around the sun, indirectly it makes revolutions around the sun. The time it takes to make one revolution around the earth and one rotation around itself is the same. It means that the moon takes around a month to complete its rotation and revolution. That is why students, we constantly see one and the same side of the moon. The moon's orbit of the revolution is also elliptical as that of the earth. The moon has an elliptical orbit. Students, it means that the moon revolves around the earth in an oval-shaped path. Students, observe the given diagram. While revolving around the earth, the moon comes closer to the earth. It is said to be in perigee position. The distance between the Earth and the Moon during perigee position is about 3,56,000 kilometers. While revolving, when the Moon is furthest from the Earth, the position is known as apogee position. Students, observe the given diagram. While the Moon is revolving around the Earth, when it goes far away from the Earth, it is said to be in apogee position. The distance between the Earth and the Moon during apogee position is about 4,07,000 kilometers. Let's discuss the effects of apogee and perigee position of the Moon. Students, imagine that you are standing on a seashore or a beach. What you will observe? If you stay near the seashore for some time, you will realize that the seawater is sometimes very close to the coast, while at other times it is far away from the coast. We call these movements of the seawater as tides. Students, the apogee and perigee of the Moon have an effect on the tides on the Earth. The Earth and the Moon both have a gravitational force. The Earth and the Moon both pulls each other because of the gravity. When the Moon is at apogee position or when it is furthest from the Earth, it has less gravitational pull, because of which there are low tides. When the Moon is at the perigee position or when it is closer to the Earth, there is much more gravitational pull, which contributes to the opposite effect, that is higher tides. Students, have you ever heard about a supermoon? We can experience a supermoon during perigee position of the Moon. When the Moon is closer to the Earth, it resulting in a slightly larger than usual apparent size of the Moon. It happens when there is full moon around perigee position. Now let's discuss about micromoon. When the Moon is furthest from the Earth during apogee position, the Moon looks smaller than its usual size. At that time, we can experience a micromoon. This happens when there is a full moon around apogee position. Phases of the Moon. The Moon has something which we call phases, which means it appears to change every night. To understand why this happens, we have to discuss about how the Moon and the Earth moves together in the space. As we discussed earlier, the Moon orbits around the Earth much like the Earth orbits around the Sun. However, the Earth takes 365 days to complete one revolution around the Sun, that is 1 year. The Moon completes its revolution in 29 and half days, or about in 1 month. Students, most of the time we see brighter moon in the sky, but it does not have light of its own. It looks brighter because of the light of sun which hits it and bounces out. In simple words, the moon looks brighter because of the reflection of sunlight. Let's discuss about waxing and waning phases of the moon. Let's discuss about waxing phase of the moon. The cycle of the lunar phases begins with the new moon. At new moon, the moon appears completely dark because the another side is facing the sun. New moon is the only time in the lunar cycle when the solar eclipse can happen. because it is the only time when the moon is between the sun and the earth. After a few days, once the moon moves in its orbit, we can begin to see some side of the moon from the earth. What we can see is just a thin side of the moon called a crescent. We call it a waxing crescent because waxing means glowing. The crescent moon will grow a little bit thicker every night until it reaches the next phase, first quarter. The first quarter moon is sometimes called the half moon because it appears to us that the half of the moon is illuminated. But it's called first quarter because the moon is 1/4 way of its cycle. As the days passes, the moon continues to grow. Soon it brings its next phase, the waxing gibbous. Gibbous means the illuminated part of the moon, which is greater than a semicircle and less than a circle. And again, we call it a waxing because it grows thicker every night until it reaches its next phase, the full moon. Waning phase of the moon. The full moon is the biggest, brightest, and the easiest phase of the moon to see. The moon rises when the sun sets, and we can easily observe the full moon. Students, if you are outside and the sky is clear, it's very hard to miss the full moon. When there is a full moon, the moon is halfway through its orbit around the earth, and it is the opposite side of the earth from the sun. During the full moon, it is the only time when the lunar eclipse can occur, because that is the only time that the earth's shadow fall on the moon. As the moon continues its path, it appears to shrink again as we began to see more and more of its dark side. Few days after the full moon, the moon will gibbous again, but this time it is a waning gibbous. Waning means shrinking or getting smaller. The moon's next phase is another half moon. It is called third quarter or the final quarter because the moon is third quarter of the way through its orbit. Soon the half moon shrinkens into the waning crescent, which will continue to shrink night after night until it vanishes or disappears completely into the next new moon. The moon looks big and bright and beautiful and even different even every night, but it also repeating the same cycle over and over. The moon is one of the best objects to observe in the sky. So students, next time when you will see the moon in the sky, try to identify which phase of the moon you are observing and also try to figure out which can be the next phase. Now students, let's discuss the diagram which shows waxing and waning phases of the moon. In the diagram, sunlight is shown coming in from the right. The earth is at the center of the diagram. The moon is shown at 8 key stages during its revolution around the earth. The moon phase name is shown alongside the image. The dotted line from the earth to the moon represents our line of sight when looking at the moon. The outer circular part of the image shows different stages of waxing and waning phases of the moon. The inner circular part shows that we constantly see one and the same side of the moon. Let's clear the concept of waxing and waning phases of the moon from the next video. Phases of the moon. The earth has only one satellite called the moon. Like the earth that revolves around the sun, the moon revolves around the earth. The earth takes 365 days or 1 year to make one complete revolution around the sun. The moon takes 29.5 days or 1 month to make one complete revolution around the earth. The moon doesn't have any light like the sun. The moon reflects the sunlight that falls on it. When we look at the moon from the earth, the shape of the moon changes every night for a month. The different shapes of the lit portion of the moon looking from the earth are known as phases of the moon. Each phase repeats itself after every 29.5 days. As the moon revolves around the earth, the moon's phase changes. The moon goes through 8 major phases. These are as follows: new moon, waxing crescent moon, first quarter moon, waxing gibbous moon, full moon, waning gibbous moon, third quarter moon, waning crescent moon, and again the lunar cycle starts with the new moon. The new moon. During a new moon, the moon is between the earth and the sun. The part of the moon that faces the sun gets the sunlight. A new moon cannot normally seen from the earth, since only the dark side of the moon faces the earth. Waxing crescent moon. The movement of thin layer of the moon visible from the earth is the beginning of the waxing crescent moon. The moon looks like a crescent, and a crescent increases or waxes in size from one day to the next. The first quarter moon. The first quarter moon is defined as the movement of the moon when the moon reaches to its orbit around the earth. It is also called as a half moon, as we can see exactly half of the moon illuminated by the sun. Waxing gibbous moon. Gibbous refers to the shape that is larger than semicircle but smaller than a full circle. This phase occurs when more than half of the lit part of the moon can be seen and shape increases in size from one day to the next. The full moon. The full moon is the phase when we can see entire portion of the moon. The full moon appears when the sun and the moon are aligned in opposite side of the earth. Waning gibbous moon. A waning gibbous occurs when more than half of the portion of the moon can be seen and the shape decreases always in size from one day to the next. The third quarter moon. The third quarter moon is when half of the lit portion of the moon is visible. In this phase, the opposite half of the moon is illuminated as compared to the first quarter moon. Waning crescent moon. A waning crescent moon is when the moon looks like a crescent and the crescent decreases or wanes in size from one day to the next. The lunar cycle begins with the new moon again. So students, let's discuss what we learned today. The moon rotates around its own axis. It is known as axial motion of the moon. The moon, while rotating around its own axis, it also revolves around the earth. It is called orbital motion of the moon. The moon wanes or increases from the new moon to the full moon day. It is called waxing phase of the moon. The moon wanes or decreases from the full moon to the new moon day. It is known as waning phase of the moon. Students, At the end of our session, I am giving you one assignment. There are few questions in the assignment. Please read the lesson carefully and write the answers of these questions in your notebook.